Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Dinosaur Island. Let's get started. The Rock Desert. It stretches on for miles. A long way. It connects the two sides of the island. It is one of the largest regions on the island. But though dinosaurs never thrive here, though dinosaurs can never survive for more than a week, as we said in the last episode, dinosaurs have to come here sometimes for special purposes. This is the Spinosaurus. I have realized that we have seen the Spinosaurus since season 1, episode 3, and we still haven't given him a name. His name is Spiny. Anyway, Spiny, the Spinosaurus, is, as we already said, looking for a mate. However, he is finding it a truly difficult task. He's only finding other dinosaurs because Spinosaurus are very, very easily the rarest of all species on the island. However, right now, he is fine with finding other dinosaurs because he is hungry. He sees in the rock desert, even though they never usually come in the rock desert, it's Hammer and Peanut. The Parasaurolophus and the Pachycephalosaurus. Duo that save the eggs that are the nannies of the nursery. They are right now wandering through the rock desert trying to get back to the nursery. They have unfortunately stumbled into the rock desert and they are near Titan's cave. However, Titan is not there today. But Spino is on their trail. Spiny sees them. They do not see Spiny. And Spiny is a very old and experienced hunter. One of the oldest dinosaurs, in fact, maybe the oldest dinosaur on Dinosaur Island. He charges. He knocks them over with a cold, hard blast. However, the first one to get up is Peanut. Peanut is a very aggressive dinosaur. She headbutts Spiny. Spiny could easily defeat her with their claws, but Hammer joins in. Soon he decides to stop because he is very old and not the ingenious and very, very dangerous dinosaur hunter he used to be. Right now, he's not looking for a great fight. He's just looking for an easy meal. And it looks like Hammer and Peanut will not provide that. So he marches on through the desert. Spiny has managed to make it out of the desert. He is now by the western forest. After failing at his first hunt today, he can't resist trying to go for another. But he doesn't know what dinosaur lives here. You might, if you're a Dinosaur Island fan. By the western forest, to this side of the western forest, lives Scyther. Spiny has seen Scyther before. He knows how dangerous Therizinosaurus are, but he is very hungry. Scyther, the Therizinosaurus, is not happy about Spino going into her home. Usually, she's a peaceful dinosaur, but not today. She is in a bad mood. Despite Spino not looking for a fight, Scyther lunges. Spino bites her claws. Scyther has been flipped over to her unprotected underbelly, but the slice comes. The slice to the face from Scyther is enough to deter any predator, even the dangerous and almighty Spino. He runs off. If he wants to find a mate and to find food, he's gonna need to look a lot harder and go a lot farther. A group of dinosaurs that still exists, but we haven't really seen much of in this season, are the Stegosaurus herd. Unfortunately, their leader died in episode 5, so now there's only 2 left. The 2 are male and female, so they have mated. But the baby is late to come, and even worse for them is the fact that Spiny is right there, and he sees them. He knows that these are young adults, so even though they are small, they can be dangerous. Regardless, he decides to go for the attack. The female has been injured deeply. The claws sink into the belly of the Stegosaurus female. The male is not deeply injured as much as the female, but he is still very hurt. The female's has been sliced apart by Spiny's claws. The female is dead. The male is knocked out cold. The Stegosaurus herd was so majestic last season, and they conquered so much. They were a great group of dinosaurs, but now they have been taken over by Toro and the Ceratopsian herd. The Stegosaur herd is dead. Spino has now ventured over to the lake bed with his meal, food, and now he is ready to start eating it. With a water source nearby, it looks like he is fine and everything is good for him. However, he's about to run into an enemy. And that enemy is no dinosaur. That is the fact that there is barely any water in the lake bed. There is yet another drought on the island. These droughts are so common that it's almost like half the time at least one drought is happening somewhere in the island. The dinosaurs are very negatively affected by this. Spiny is not happy that he has no water to go with his food, but it is the least of his concerns now. Because another predator is about to join him. It's Bull, the Carnotaurus. Bull is now the hunter for the GCA since Silas is dead. However, Bull is not the only predator that has decided to come to the lake bed. Rexy is looking for a meal for her little baby. And she wants to take the Stegosaurus. She lunges for it. Spino notices. This is what we've always wanted to see on Dinosaur Island. We only have seen it once before this. A battle between Tyrannosaurus Rex and Spinosaurus. The arm of Spiny is slicing through the arm of Rexy, and so are his teeth. Rexy has been smacked down, but she is not dead yet. She bites the neck of Spiny, but the claws are close to the neck. Shing! The claws have swiped the neck of Rexy. Bull joins the battle. It is now a three-way battle. A gigantic one for Dinosaur Island. Bull faces off against Rexy. Bull is aggressive. He is a Carnotaurus after all. Soon Rexy gets injured. Rexy knows now that she's not to mess with these two. She runs off. However, Bull and Spiny are still fighting. Bull has been smacked down once again. The Carnotaurus of the GCA is about to die. Despite the GCA being the largest group of carnivores and the most dangerous force on the island, they only have one hunter at a time, which means that they can't take down dinosaurs like Rexy or Spiny. The last of the water splashes everywhere. There's pretty much no water in the lake bed now. Spiny drinks the last bit up and eats Bull along with it. At this point, Spiny has reached the western part of the island, because the western side is on the eastern side. I already said that, but I'm not going to say it again. But anyway, he is having a nice time walking. He is now fully replenished on food and half replenished on water, because there was still a little bit of water in the lake. However, Brachiosaurus herd comes back once again. Hold on. Spiny realizes something. He has seen this migration before, and the leader was always a gray, giantly tall brachiosaur. Now it is a green, very, very long amargasaur. It's because that amargasaur won the fight that happened in episode 6. He is now the leader. No one likes him, not even his mate. This one used to be the mate of the giant gray one. However, she does not like this new leader, and she wants the old one to come back. The old one is, in fact, right down, more to the west of the island. Here he is. From his point of view, this is what he sees. He sees them. And he sees them quite well. Enough that he knows that the Amargasaurus has taken over his position. He is not happy. He walks as fast as a Brachiosaurus can possibly walk. And in a matter of minutes, he gets there. Spino watches on intently. He thinks this is going to be good. He never sees a good, fun-to-watch battle. So this is one of his only chances to see one. Indeed, the Amargasaur is angry. The mate of the giant gray brachiosaur knows that it would be great if he was the leader again. And so did the others. The apatosaur, the Spinosaur, and the baby brachiosaur. This Amargasaur, however, is not happy. So he battles the Gray Titan once again. Brachiosaurus versus Amargasaurus. The others are watching. Spino is watching. The fight commences. The tail of the Amargasaurus is around the neck of the giant Titan Brachiosaurus. He stamps on the tail. The spikes on the head of the Amargasaurus are merely for display, so when they rub against the thick neck of the Brachiosaurus, they break. The Amargasaurus is deeply injured. The Brachiosaur stands over him, looking very large. He stands on him to assert his victory. The herd once again has its old leader back. Spiny has almost finished the northern part of the island and is ready to move on to his old best friend, the southern jungle. He has always loved the southern jungle like a best friend since he had none, because there were none other of his species. However, before he gets there, he notices the alliance from last time of Barry, Vex, and of course, Mono. These three see Spiny as well, and they know what they have to do. They have taken down a Giganotosaurus, and they have ventured very far to get food, so they battle. Spiny does not want to battle. He has already had enough battling this day. However, the others are very aggressive, and they want to battle. So, the next battle of the day takes place. Spino, only after he starts battling, realizes that he is hungry and he needs to eat one of them. He knocks them all out with one hit. At this point, everyone knows that this was a bad idea. He goes for Vex. His sail is being chomped. Mono and Barry stand up and jump on the neck. However, the huge claws of the Spinosaurus come down once again on Mono. A roar was roared by Mono that could be heard for miles. Mono's deeply injured. He calls the hunt off. Spiny gets back up. His trials are to no avail so far, but he still has the entire southern jungle to go. He trudges on. To be continued.